Hi, we're Lisa and Angie. Welcome to another episode of Pep Talks and Prosecco.
If you like what you see and hear, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and share with your friends and family. We are all about building community.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers, Lisa!
Cheers! Happy Sunday! I always want to make a joke when there's a long pause after we say cheers for our friends who are joining us on a podcast that we're actually sipping actual Prosecco, like we need a narrator that says, Lisa and Angie sip their Prosecco.
Followed by Angie takes a deep sigh and goes, so good.
I love that. Well, welcome to a brand new episode of Pep Talks and Prosecco. We are absolutely excited to have a very special guest on this week's episode, Christina from Wine and Undies. Now, they have put together an exceptional fundraiser, I guess you would say, for women in need in our local community of Regina. And so we had the opportunity to sit down and chat with her today about what Wine and Undies is and how we and everyone in our community can get involved.
That's right. So I don't know. I think we cheers and we start listening to the amazing Christina. Cheers.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Cheers. Yeah.
We are absolutely thrilled today because Lisa and I are joined by an amazing guest, Christina. Christina is a local advocate who has put together this fun and really purposeful fundraiser called Wine and Undies, and she has agreed to join us for an episode of Pep Talks and Prosecco. So Christina, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So cheers.
Cheers.
So Christina, Lisa and I know a little bit of the backstory of how Wine and Undies came to be, but we want to make sure that everyone knows because we think it is simply brilliant. So would you mind sharing with our community how this wonderful local fundraiser came to be?
Totally by accident, I kind of feel. Well, not really, but it's kind of just an amalgamation of two ideas that, were kind of out there. I've heard of lots of survivor wine kind of things that happen for good causes and stuff as well. And a friend of mine actually posted, just randomly scrolling through Facebook, that, did you know, she was volunteering at Carmichael Outreach, that underwear is the least donated thing. And for some reason, I was just like, really? Like for women specifically, I was like, that, like there is something that is just, there's dignity that's involved in that. You just don't want to hear about other women not having that. And I think that's why it wasn't donated, right? Because nobody really thinks about that. And so anyway, I'd actually tossed the idea around to some people. I'm like, what if like everybody threw in $10 and, to motivate people, throw the wine in there and everybody was pretty lukewarm. And I think that's how it is with most ideas, unless like you're committed to it, like everyone's like, yeah, for sure, I'll totally do that. And you don't believe them. So I totally tossed it to the side, and it might've been the rosé one night. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And then so I made up some quick little poster on my phone. I threw it out on Facebook, and all of a sudden, people, I have no idea who they were. It's like 40, 60 shares on this poster, and everybody was going wild. And I like to say we were unexpectedly official. And it was like, okay, I guess we got to do this. And we had this outlandish goal of $1,000. If we could somehow raise $1,000. I'm like, do I have 100 friends who would give $10 to a good cause? And I didn't know how it would come together. And we raised almost $3,000 for the cause that first year. It was unreal. So there we go. And here we are. And we went out to Carmichael. We donated, I got my numbers here. We donated 1,282 pairs of underwear to Carmichael Outreach. And it was the best. It was awesome. So, and then here we are. And then of course people said, you have to do this again, Christina. Well, okay, let's do it again. So here we are, year 3. Yeah.
So Christina, how do we get involved in this awesome fundraiser? Tell us, what do we need to do? Where do we need to go? Give us all of the details of how we can contribute to Wine and Undies.
For sure. Okay, so first I just want to say this is like the perfect platform for this conversation right now. And it does, it really gives back to everybody, right? With the wine. But $10 and a bottle of wine. That is truthfully all that it is. So go shop local. I always encourage that for sure, your local places, but pick up a bottle of wine, maybe something that you would want to win, something you enjoy the most, maybe your favorite. And bring that on in. No homemade wine, please. We're not doing that. But bring that in, $10. We have all of our drop-off locations. They will be listed on our Instagram and our Facebook. Right now, the early bird has been announced for the 12th of November. You can find all the details there. But just bring that. We'll ask for some information to get you entered for the draw. Your $10 is going to go 100% to purchasing underwear, bras specifically for women, for children, and we may, if we get enough money, we're going to actually do a little bit more than that, but I don't want to make any promises until we get that support. So but we will take all that money and it will go, and we're going to give it to 2 places this year. We're actually expanding. We've done Carmichael outreach for the first 2 years, which has been fantastic. But with the rate that this is growing, we wanted to reach out to some more people. So women and children who are experiencing homelessness and poverty is through Carmichael outreach. And then we're expanding to women in crisis through the Regina Transition House. And when I spoke to them, you guys, I really want to express how grateful they are to have been asked to be involved. And when you hear it in their voice, I'm so motivated to do so much more, especially with this year. A lot of fundraisers have been canceled, and there's so many places there, they have more need and they have less money coming in. And so we really need to step up our game, and it's so simple. So $10 and a bottle of wine. You can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries if you want, but each bottle of wine you put in, you've got to match it with another $10. That's just the way it goes, right? Because that's our number one cause. And then, we're going to take all those bottles of wine. We bundle them up, and Leah and I, we know our wine, not bragging, but we do. And we sort it, and we're so particular about it. And we put it into wonderful groups of 5 to 60 bottles will be the grand prize this year. And then we're going to do a great big draw on December the 3rd, and you just might win, or your friend's going to win, and invite yourself on over and enjoy with them. So that's pretty much it.
Wow, it sounds absolutely amazing. I love how it originated. Blame the rosé might be a trending hashtag. That's all I'm going to say for the best cause. I love that it is so easy. $10 in a bottle of wine. Most people are able to do that. I love the idea of gathering your friends and making it a group effort, making it a community effort. And I love that you're in the position where you can branch out, that, Carmichael continues to benefit and has benefited, but you're able to support other local initiatives as well. And just how you shared with us the response of those that will be receiving. If that doesn't compel people to contribute, I don't know what would. And the perk of winning 50 to 60 bottles of wine is a pretty decent one as well. So Christina, obviously Lisa and I are going to rally our friends and we're going to get involved as well, but we're hoping that we would be able to contribute some of our weather wheel flutes to each of the packages that you also give out to the winners in December as well, if you guys would be up for that. And we would also like to make sure that we're promoting this amazing local event for our community as well, because we just think your efforts are outstanding. And you are right, there is a piece of dignity that's involved with this, and we have an opportunity to preserve that and to help other women. And it's all about women empowering women, and we just want to support you and this cause and this fundraiser 100%.
Oh, Angie, thank you. Both of you ladies, I'm so excited. To team with you is like a little dream. So it's awesome. And this will be, I love your women empowerment. I love everything that you ladies stand for. And so I appreciate that so much. Spread the word, tell everyone to gather a few more people. It's amazing how when we just do a little bit all together, what can actually happen, right? So
we agree. Thank you so much for joining us today, Christina. Cheers to you and to our community. Hang tight, because we're going to be sharing all the details of how you can participate in all of our posts and stories coming up soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. Oh my goodness. her passion is so inspiring.
Yes, I loved her energy, and I just think that this fundraiser is something that is extraordinary and we can really get behind. So check out Wine and Undies on Instagram and Facebook. We'll also post all of the details of how you can get involved in this excellent fundraiser for a very important cause here in our community in the show notes. And we also are going to be donating a pair of Living My Best Life champagne flutes in a couple of the prize packages. So thank you so much again to Christina for joining us, and to Wine